filed for pro se with our lawyers. They think they might, we think the way she's saying it, that the judge will just make us go pro se and can our lawyers. So we're wondering if we're probably going to not be able to let our lawyers be on standby. That's what we filed for, pro se with standby. Because we're not firing our juvenile lawyers, we're asking them to be on standby. So the court clerk was a little bit difficult at first. She kind of was like, I don't know if I can file it. I was talking to my super, I don't know. And then we requested, after we did the, here's what we need to file, we said we need to request stuff. When we asked for the request, she gave me a piece of paper, I had to fill it out, and the request said, why do you want these documents? And I said, 42 USC. After I said that, her attitude changed. The records we requested over a week ago that they have not sent to us. She said she's going to get on that today and send all those records for us today. So, stating that you're going pro se and that that you already federally filed is kind of powerful in juvenile court. Because her attitude changed after that. She checked and double checked herself to make sure she was getting everything and more that we requested from the court. So she was very, very polite there at the end and making sure we were pleased with everything she did. As per, I'll explain this in voice because I like to explain things better in voice because somebody commented and I did explain it in comment. So there's different ways that you can, when you file your 1983, everybody on your defendants list is not, you're not gonna, there's different ways to sue them. Okay, there's individual capacity, which means you're suing the person themselves. So if you're asking for monetary gain, well, you're going after them, their bank accounts, their homes, their stuff. Okay, if they're a DCFS caseworker like the two we're on our defendants list, we're suing them and the detective with the police department. Those three are being sued in their official capacity, which means monetary gains and everything is going to come from the police department and DCFS, because we're suing the actors that acted in the state in their official capacity. So they only did what they did because they're an actor for the state, an actor for DCFS. So we're not suing them individually. We're not retaliatory. We're not going after them individually. We're going after them for what they did in their job, in their official capacity under the law, under Utah law, because they were acting on behalf of Utah. And then there's declaratory. You cannot sue a judge, an attorney general, or a guardian litem. You cannot sue them officially or individually. What?
For monetary damages.
For monetary damages. You cannot. The only thing you can sue them for is called declaratory. You're putting their name on there because you're saying you did still violate our civil rights, and it adds to my monetary and emotional distress ask. It strengthens my case, but I can't sue you. But I can just name you as an offender of what you did. So basically that's what declaratory is. So the judge, the AG, and the guardian ad litem are on our case as declaratory only in name, in the capacity of what they did at acting on behalf of the state of Utah. So those are the three I found out about so far. I'm not a lawyer. Once again, I should probably say I'm not a lawyer, but this is what I found out, and this is how we filed our 1983. So you need to put their name, and then in the brackets put declaratory, official, or individual. And that's the capacity you're suing them under, and that's what the federal courts will take into consideration because you'll also draw out your relief section. The relief you're asking, monetary, parental rights reinstated, anything you ask for, emotional distress, anything under that relief, protective orders, anything. That's why you do declaratory also, because you're saying, well, I want it against these people. I can't officially sue them, but you know, I need protection against them of retaliation and all that. So grant me this relief. So the declaratory people are also part of the relief and strengthening your case. So anything else we need to add? So basically, the juvenile court was a little bit more, federal court was so much funner, and the air and atmosphere in federal court is so much lighter. Like, I don't know, it was just so much, like, our juvenile court is also really dark, isn't it? It's dark in there.
Yeah,
their filing office is very dimly lit, and it's really like down-putting. And the federal court is well lit. It's wide open. Like, they don't have walls everywhere. Like, they have half walls, so everything's wide open, and it feels brighter and roomier. And then you step into juvenile court and you feel like you're boxed in, and if you say the wrong thing, a cop might come in and like handcuff you or something. Just kidding. I feel boxed in when I go to the juvenile court. I don't like going to the juvenile court. The second I enter those gates, the courthouse is small, it's tiny, it's boxed in, it's dimly lit everywhere. The atmosphere is like, nobody's happy there, by the way. Nobody smiles, nobody's happy. But in federal court, like, the atmosphere is like so much different. We laughed with it was kind of funny yesterday, because we're LDS, we're Mormon, and my husband is a priesthood holder. So anybody they'll understand this. We went through the security gates and put his key, and it threw, and it came out the other end, and my husband was getting ready to grab his stuff, and the police officer was looking at the computer screen, and he was kind of like, what's going on? And he said, do you have a vape? And I said, and the police officer went to go touch it to see what it is, because all they could see is this big wooden thing. Like, he's got his keychain over there, so I can kind of show it. See, big wooden thing on his keychain. They thought it was a vape, and I said, "Oh no, that's anointing oil." And he kind of went to touch it, and he's like, "Oh, it's anointing oil." And he kind of backed off, and we just kind of stepped back. And he's like, "It's anointing oil," and I was like, "Yeah, it's anointing oil." And I'm like, either they're LDS and they know what I'm talking about, and they're respecting it, or maybe they're antis and they're afraid of it because it's holy. I'm just kidding. I don't know what. He's over there laughing. Just kidding. I don't know why they backed off, but I'm like, it's just anointing oil, guys. It's all right. But yeah, so federal court was funny, and I'm still laughing at it. But anyways, let me know if you have any questions. I'll either answer your comments. I will be watching the comment section because I want to help you guys in ASAP. There is no time, in my opinion, to sit on the sidelines. Our children are in a serious abusive situation right now. I don't know your situation, but I know mine. And my children cannot wait for me to decide if I can go pro se, if I know how to go pro se, if I want to. Go tell your story to ChatGPT. That's where I would start if I were you. I'm not a lawyer, and I'm not legal. Gunner and Sharon, and they were my beacon that lit me towards that 12-question ChatGPT. And then I started telling ChatGPT my story. We filed within 2 days from that. Like, we went quick. We filed within 2 days, and here we are a week later, federally accepted. We're in the big boy arena now, and now our current juvenile judge has federal oversight, and she has to watch all her P's and Q's, dot all her T's and I's, and she can't violate any more of our rights now because her boss's boss is looking at her. All right, we'll see you guys later. Thanks for listening, and we'll keep doing our story, because I not only want to, like, in type tell you guys how to do it, I'm showing you how to do it. I'm showing you how we did it, so that if you're nervous about it or whatever, and it is nerve-wracking, don't get me wrong, it hurts your brain, it's nerve-wracking, but it's worth it, because I think this is the only way our kids are coming home, is by reinstating our constitutional rights that we lost from day one. I don't see any other way our kids are going to come home, except for if we stand up and say our whole family has lost our constitutional rights because of your kidnapping and child trafficking. All right, love you guys. Bye.